Hello, all you hardcores out there. How you doing? It's Russell here from Porky's Corner, the biggest job in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dares say. Isn't that right, Big Ron? You bubbling stories. We're just waiting for Jerry to honour us with his present. This evening is Jerry. Women don't love him. Men don't want to be him. Sorry, Jerry. How are you, lad?
I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, Jerry, God, you still got that Magnum Tash? What's going on?
You say this every time, mate. You say this every time.
I always think you're going to shave it off, mate, you know.
Do you?
Jerry, I beat my record 9 minutes, 4 seconds, 500 sit-ups.
Jesus, that's amazing.
It's took me nearly 2 years to break 10 minutes. That's how hard it is. And I could piss that in jail, but you've got no what else to do in there, have you? But
That's crazy.
4 seconds away, isn't it? That's what I'm told her, obviously. So I'm happy with that. Not straight off, could whack them straight off years ago, but you can't when you get older. You're doing 60s, 70s and all that, but you're looking at cock all the time, so I've been bored, haven't I? I need to get out more, Jerry, don't I? I need to get back on it, Jerry. I need to make a comeback. No,
You do more sit-ups if you're on that.
I can't be doing all that again. How are you anyway, lad? How are you on this breezy?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I've been a bit like yourself, but taking a bit of a break from just keeping up with like some of the sort of the main sort of news at the minute, but nothing too heavy.
Yeah.
Taking a break like you did, and you know, kind of ready to get back into it again.
Listen, mate, nobody cares for you in this world, Jerry. You know what I mean, don't you? Nobody's paying my bills. You know what I mean? So sometimes you just have to do what's right. If you need to take a time out and give your head a shake, or I don't know, go out pub, go shopping, just take a break from the sport of boxing. I've been wanting to do that for 7 years, but I got an email today from YouTube saying 7 years. It's 7 years since my first video went out today. So there you go. Hold on, that said I won't last 2 minutes.
7 years. That's unbelievable, man.
Not bad. So started off in a shed. Well, I didn't start off in a shed. I started off the first videos I was doing when I worked for Dennis, trying to get his fighters some PR, and then it sort of spilled over into a weekend thing in my shed, didn't it? And yeah, it's sort of just carried on, hasn't it? Really, I suppose 7 years, isn't it? It's a long time, isn't it?
Nearly 10 years, mate. Nearly
10. Wait, another fight. I don't know if I'll get 10 out of it. Might get another one. We'll see. We review it every November, and we're good to go. So
did you do anything for your birthday last month?
Yeah. I had an interesting weekend, Jerry. I can assure you of that. Very interesting indeed.
Okay.
Laptops flying by me, rolls onto button moon, but that's another story. No,
right.
You want the birthday that I expected, but I'll make up for it next month. I'll make up for it in New Year, I can assure you. Oh, but yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm for 54 now, aren't I? 54, I'm an old codger. I was flying as well until my break. But yeah, I'm an old guy now. You're in, old timer. I'm one of them that goes for his run every in the morning, and next day I'm like, knees and all that nonsense. No good, is it?
I'm like that now, mate. So you're doing better than I am.
Can I just give a big shout out to Big Ron's Fight Academy? Big Ron, why do we call you Big Ron? Because your ideas are big. You won't think Big Ron's a qualified chef, would you?
Is he?
Dennis is, yeah, he's a qualified chef. A lot of people don't know that. I've never seen him put a cooking pan on in 10 years. He's out there, he's done him breakfast, dinner, tea, can afford to, can he? But I've never seen him put a pan on, or his wife. No offence, Sarah. So everybody to their own, innit? Some people like eating out, don't they? Some people like home cooking, like my parents. But yeah, Big Rob will give him a big shout out. In fact, I meant to put my Fight Song t-shirt on, but we're going to get a big felt pen, put an S in front of Fighter so it says Shite Zone. But instead, we've got the Joe G one on. Champs Camp. I thought I'd put that on because Kent's a big Joe G man, isn't he? We like Joe G, don't we? Right, first of all, before we start, Nick Manners, Robin Reed, Daniel Jervis, is it? Scott Brunt, Chris Barnes, Nick from Scalp. Not only did I lose my phone last month, I got a new one a couple of weeks ago, and that's just got smashed. So, sorry, I've got about 9 numbers. Do you know phones? How did we go up with our phones during the 80s? What? Well,
Pieces of paper.
We got by, didn't we? We got by, didn't we?
That's the problem, mate. Now that you have this technology, it's like you become dependent on it. Whereas years ago, when you didn't have it, you were fine.
I had a chat to a lady a few weeks ago, and I said, yeah, back in the day, I just used to go missing 3 or 4 days. You can't get away with it these days, can you? Because they go, turn your phone on video. Where are you? Who's there? Yeah, well, what can you do? Right, Jerry. That's part 3. Part 2. Part 1, we're going to do 3 parts, Jerry. Okay, are you ready? So, as I've just mentioned, 7 year today. Oh, the Zoom competition. Yeah, we're going to run it till Christmas. So we are a month behind because I've been tossing it off on her. And so the people emailing me constantly, thank you very much for showing me your concern. And to the people leaving comments, hammering me because they've had a bit of time off. How dare I do 3,617 videos in 7 years? Work that out a year. What's that? Over 500 a year, isn't it? That's 10 a week. Well, if it's 10 a week, so 520 a year would be 10 a week. Times 7 equals 14, 5 times 7, 35, 3,640 videos would be 10 a week. We're 3,670. So you're more or less 10 a week for 7 years. There you go. So don't, and I forgot your name now, don't call me lazy and a tosser. Because you've been on YouTube, what, were it a couple of months longer than me, and you haven't put 1 video out. So how can you have a go at me? So I like to eat, I like to get me point across to these people who complain. Because I put some fucking graft and thousands of pounds has gone into this channel, let me tell you. For what? Just under 15,000 subs. Because we tell it straight. You know what I mean? But 60,000 different accounts access the channel every month. It's not my fault that people don't want to give me the respect and press subscribe, is it? But the effort's gone in on it. If you look at the watch time hours, 40,000 hours a month. Go on. Because the effort's gone in on it. We can't say that, can we? Can't say. So, mate, you're a bit off mark here, but what I said to you is, come on Zoom and tell me, explain yourself to me. Because people don't want to do that, do they, Joe? They just want to be critical.
Yeah, it's easy to say these things, but whenever you get asked to back it up face to face, it's harder to do, isn't it?
I'll do 10 a week for 7 years, and then come and see me and put me up slabber. And I mean slabber, as you well know. It's boxing can be a dangerous business, can't it? Can it, Joe Egan? Hey, still got your letter, Joe. Still waiting for you. You know where I'm at. What month was that? Hang on a minute. Hang on, let me have a look what month that was. We're getting on for a year nearly, Joe. Hang on a minute. 12th of Feb. 12th of Feb. We're nearly a year, Joe. Hey, and we're still waiting for your Mike Tyson sparring video. All right. Right, and that's been what, 40 years in the way? We've been waiting 40 years for that, haven't we? Let's have a look. Sonny Edwards against Yafai Saturday night. I like that, Joe. I like that fight.
Yeah, I think it's maybe a little bit early for Yafai though. If you think of the experience that Sonny Edwards has got under his belt, you know what I mean? It's probably going to be a competitive fight while it lasts, but I mean, I've got Sonny Edwards winning that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. Do you know why I haven't? And I'll tell you why. I think Sonny's boxed that long and at that weight. I don't think you get longevity, mate, at that weight, mate. It's a really, really small weight. And he's starting to get knocked about. You saw what that Bam Bam Rodriguez did to him, didn't you?
Yeah.
In my opinion, he's starting to admire his work too much, showboat too much. That's because they're running clock down. But what I've noticed, once Sonny gets tagged, he didn't want to know. He's backtracking all the time, staying out of the way.
So everybody can talk a good game, but in my opinion, and he's got more respect than me because he's a boxer, he's done something I've not done. In my opinion, and a lot of people's, I think he quit against Rodriguez, just like Billy Joe did against Canelo. That's my opinion. I know people who come on their channels who are ex-fighters. They have the same opinion as me, but they don't say it on the social medias. Do you see where I'm coming from? There's not many that are going to say it. Carl Froch says it. Not many others do. I think Johnny Nelson's starting to come out and speak a little bit of truth, but he was frightened to death at Sky. We all know that, don't we? So what's that we're telling truth? Look at Froch. He's smashing it to death from just being honest. He doesn't need a script, does he, for that? He can nick he can nick all my one-liners and put them into his videos. No, but I think it's good if he does that, because everybody knows the my one-liners, don't they? But for him to speak out, and coming from an Hall of Famer, 4-time world champ, British outright and all that, world championship. He was our first world championship medalist, wasn't he, Froch? You know, in Ireland in 01, him and David Hay, he got in day before Hayde, and he got a silver day after, didn't he, Hayde? So, and for Jake Paul's lot to say, who is he? I mean, it's disrespectful. He would light him up, Jake Paul, Carl, he'd light him up. The Mike Tyson thing, we'll come to that in a bit. But anyway. So I like people to speak their mind. I think Carl does that. And good luck to him. That's all I say. Good luck to him. I'm still waiting for the invitation on your show, Carl.
So you think Edwards?
What are we doing here? Carl, what are we doing here? Come on. What are we doing? You're not going to Eddie's for Sunday dinner now, are you? Come on. That's gone, that, innit? So let's have the pork on. Oh, you come on here. Come on. Don't chat a good game. Don't say it and not do it. All right. Yafai Edwardson, so you're going for Sonny on points?
Yeah, you know, you made actually really good points. Because I think it was fair to say from the last fight, with Edwards getting knocked around, you're right. That's a good point to make. He doesn't want to know.
No.
But when he gets tagged, he doesn't want to know.
No.
But then
that's a sign of a fighter in decline.
But then Bam Rodriguez is a bit of a extra special, you know, case. You know what I mean?
It wasn't Sonny's supposed to be an extra special case. He was world champion for years, top of his game, and that was first real step up that he'd had, wasn't it? Really, you think?
Well, talking about proper world class, yeah.
Well, I look at it like this. I think Sonny Edwards' career is very, very similar to Billy Joe Saunders. Very, very protected, ticking over, going defences, earning money, and then they run into a truck. That's my opinion, but who am I to say that? Sonny might not like that. Billy Joe might not like that, but they're both very, very skilled fighters. We can't get that. We can't get away from that fact. But you can be very, very skilled, and you get tagged, and you don't want to know. I was ringside. I watched Andre Dirrell against Carl Froch. It was a very, very messy fight in Nottingham. It was on early hours at morning. Very messy, and you could see the difference in skill sets. Dirrell were on a different planet to Carl. So Carl had to old man him and rough him up and give him it. And once you were giving him it, you could clearly see that he didn't want to know. He was doing spoiling tactics and stuff like that. And that's what happens to these guys that are multi-skilled. You know what I mean? They run into somebody that's teak tough. You know, a bit like people running into Steve Collins back in the day. Nobody could understand how he could be so tough, could they? But he out-toughed everybody, a bit like Froch did, you know? And that's just what I think. I'm saying going out against Sonny Edwards. In fact, I tell you what, I think he's doing all right looking after his fighters. I can see him doing well. But in my opinion, it's free gratis what he's doing now. Because I don't think that he's there at the moment. I think he's on slide. But they're not going to tell you that, are they? It's like Josh Warrington, isn't it? They're not going to tell us that he's finished. But he is. But he's to know, isn't he? Them around him, Jerry, are not going to tell him, are they? Why would you want to do he send out 4 or 5 grand out in a fight? You want it 2 or 3 times a year. Decent income, that, isn't it? You get to have a bit of kudos off the ex-champ and all the glitterati around it. You're not going to want to get rid of that, are you? So exactly. That's why the fighters keep going on and on and on. Everybody knows he's finished. I know. Got stats here to show you. And I have done on here. And I challenge anybody to go watch Josh Warrington's last 5 fights and then look at the statistics. Just like Sonny, you're coming to end. The old man for that weight, Warrington.
I'd say Warrington's closer to the end though than Edwards. Edwards is probably on the start of it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say he does them on points. I think maybe his experience will probably get him through. But everything you said there is they're really valid points.
He's been knocked about and he's with a kid that's fresh and won an Olympic gold medal, something Sonny didn't do. So, in my opinion, it's his second test of his career, Sonny's. This is just his second test. This is his proper, it's the second. The Bam Bam Rodriguez fight, that was a test for him. But you got to have them tests, Jerry. Do you know why? You're the world champion. You can't be a world champion and go, oh, like Tyson Fury. I'm not going to fight him. I want to fight Del Boy or Chisora. Or White, any of them lot. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Take big challenges on it. It's about staying at the top and earning money whilst getting your cock out from penthouse and lagging on all us, taking a piss on us from a high height. Am I right? Am I right? We're not allowed to say that. I am, and I challenge anybody to put it on me. It's true. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing them not taking risks. Chris Eubank Jr. sat there palling up all these Saudis and this and that. What has he ever done him? What has he ever done him and Conor Benn? Why are they getting millions to fight? They've done no between them. They've got a British title. That's Eubanks. Well, that will be off Nick Blackwell on it, life and death. Well, no, I think you got it off somebody else, but he defended it against Blackwell, didn't he? Or well, let me just check that one. But point I want to make is these people are not doing anything, mate. They're not taking risks. No, who's taking risks? Look at Joshua. Look at them fights he had before Dubois. Jerry, what were he doing? The sparring partners wanted them. Come on.
They're getting away with murder because it's been going on that long. It's accepted, and not enough people are pulling them on it. So people just seem to accept it, and the trend has to be broken somewhere. I'll say Eubank Jr. has done more than Conor Benn. Conor Benn has really done nothing.
No,
really done nothing.
I've never seen so much hype around somebody in my life as this with them. It's just shocking, but we'll come to that in a bit. Right, I want to talk about Calla with this Misfits, Jerry. I'm going to ask everybody's opinion, all commission lads, over the next couple of weeks on this. Because what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing a family, Sowlands, privately educated, pair of brats, Nissy and that Calla, they're doing professional and they're doing Misfits. Are you telling me that's right? Because we've got trainers around here that have been fined off board for even socialising with this nonsense. So why are they getting to do what they want, them sewer rats? Hey, why? Why is that?
That's they're exploiting the sport basically and using their position to get away with it. It's rather than make proper fights or pick up, build a roster and put them up against, proper competitors. They're seeing an easy route to making big bucks with freak shows and novelty fights. So, given Sarlin's family's been involved in boxing for years, you'd think that they wouldn't sort of stoop to that level, but well, there you go. They have.
Nick Blackwell, he did beat him. I want to show you know what that is? That's where your brain cells missing out my head over years. Get older. I walk out here, and if I go up shop or anywhere, I come back. Where's my keys? Where's my phone? I think that Eubank, right, isn't next gen. What is he, 35 now?
No, Eubank's on a decline. Like he is in the twilight of his career. Yeah, he's looking for a couple of cash outs.
Yeah, he's not next gen, is he?
No, mate. He is not next gen. Neither is Conor Benn.
29 next birthday, Conor Benn. There's granddads round here at 30. Do you know what I mean? I've just seen one of them off Main Road in Rotherham. We call him Greaseneck. I'll show you. I'll do an impression of him. He walks like that, hang on, and his head's going like that, pushing pram. 32-year-old granddad. Get on
Grease
that.
neck.
Get on that one from Dalton. Firing them grandkids out. Do you know what? He's can't sit still today. It's like I'm out of my brains. Do you know that Sam Jones? He's annoying me. Sam Jones. He's annoying me. I see him pop up in these interviews and he's doing the same arse-licking 5-minute, 10-minute gag he does in these interviews with his little cronies. Sam, I want to ask you a question. You don't kiss your missus with them lips, do you? After you've been doing all that, do you? Your breath must taste like shit. That's what I say to him. Anyway, moving on from him. TCP is the answer, kid. All you do is this. Pretend that's TCP. I'll go 30 seconds. See if you can do it. If your breath's that bad, get Savlon. Now, moving on from the adventures of Sam Jones with his stinky breath. From Matchroom and Queensbury's poo. Simon Jordan. Well, it's back to Conor Benn, isn't it? Simon Jordan is saying that Benn's not being cleared. Do we agree he hasn't been cleared, Jerry? Because I do.
Yeah, he's not been cleared, mate.
What do you think about that, Jerry? Really? Come
on. How many more lies can they tell us like about this situation?
7 now, aren't there? Seven different stories.
It's unbelievable. I actually can't believe, what was it, a month and a half ago when he came out and said, yeah, I'm cleared, I'm ready to go. I actually believed it because this has dragged on for so long. I thought, okay, he's actually been cleared now because they're probably just sick to death of the whole situation.
You know, he's doing evenings with, right? And all he's doing is talking about this. Saying, my Sam won't do that. I know my Sam. Well, yeah, but you're not with your son 24 hours a day, are you? When you're in Australia, you don't know what's going on, do you? And his son were training in that gym that, well, we know about that gym, don't we?
He probably does, mate. He probably does. But what's he going to say? His son is a cheat, a drug cheat? Of course he's not.
Listen, mate, this is how I look at it, right? Was Nigel Benn tested after the Gerald McClellan fight? Yes or no? He weren't tested,
No.
were he? He weren't tested. Man in wheelchair and cabbage for life. Even though we were a shit house to pets. Weren't tested by Nigel Benn. We'll leave it at that then, eh? Apple don't fall far from the tree, does it? So, Jake Paul's manager slaying the fox, slaying the cobra. You see that? Had that one.
I didn't see that, but I've seen Carl Froch responding to fake Paul's tweets.
Listen, do you know when Carl goes on about his CV and all that? He's only doing it tongue in cheek. He's not really like that in real life, you know. He's just doing it.
Yeah.
He's just doing it to wind everybody up. That's all.
Exactly.
That's all. He's not like that. He ain't like that in real life. Honestly, he ain't. He's just doing it to be controversial. It's not like that. Honestly, look. But if you look at his CV, there's nobody's comes anywhere near, does it?
Not in years.
In years, man. They've given Ricky Hatton at the Hall of Fame. No. What? For beating an old man in Costa's Own? Beating old men on Dennis shows? Do me a favour. Pinched an Hall of Fame nomination or award. Pinched it. Froch didn't, did he? Come on. The CV's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah. Unreal. It's getting better year by year.
Yeah, I said that to him. I see you at Hall of Fame, I don't even think you know what? I don't even think you realise what run he were on. I used to go on about it all the time. I don't even think he realised. But I think now when you look back, especially that Pascal win.
Exactly, mate.
That Pascal win's a massive win for me. Massive. That Taylor. Pascal and then Taylor. Look at their careers. Foss starters. Pascal, Lanil light heavyweight champion and an Olympian. Taylor, Olympic bronze. Undisputed, and he was pound for pound king, wasn't he? He did Hopkins, didn't he? He just done Lacey, and he was number 1 ranked mandatory. So Froch couldn't swerve him. Lou DiBella won Perspin. They went to America. Where were Calzaghe's first defence? Cardiff against a goat herder called Branko Sobot. What is that? That's not Jermaine Taylor, is it? We're all glitz. Branko Sobot. Cheat.
John Pascal was brilliant, I have to say.
Pascal, mate. Listen, mate. Right fighter. Absolute
Fantastic.
Right. This is how I look at it, Jerry, at the moment. Boxing's going through some massive changes in it at the moment.
Yeah.
Massive. Really big changes at the moment. And I'm starting to wonder if the sport's going to be in decline in about 5 years. You know, looking at statistics and speaking to people who work at Boxing News magazine. I didn't know them lads, did you? They all agree. They're good lads, them. They're good lads, them. They're good lads, them lot. And them who used to work there before and just do bits now. It is in decline, but what I'm angry about at the moment, or what I get a bee in my bonnet about, is when you've got people like Gareth A. Davis, the gad, yeah, lock up your daughters, your granddaughters, and your great-granddaughters, and keep them away from this man with the Bono haircut. We've got Gareth A. Davis coming out. And actually, what he does, you see him, I've sussed him out now. I've sussed him. He gets in on the big noise at the time, whether it's Tyson Fury, Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, Conor Benn, whoever's trending, he appears, doesn't he? He appears with his one-liners and he's, oh, I'm very close to the Jake Paul family and we've got a very good relationship. You haven't! You have not. You think you're a prick. Get over yourself. When we've got people like him going around giving these people airtime and giving them all this coolness. I mean, did you see the shit they were coming out with that Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight? Did you hear the shit in fight week? I just had to get away from it all for this last month. I just couldn't do it, mate. My head went on.
Ross, I didn't watch it. It was bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I spoke to people who did watch it and I told them what was going to happen. I also said to them, this is it's just absolute fake nonsense. Absolute shit.
What Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson there on the punch bag and pads and giving it what for about a minute, which is all right. But then he's just walking like that and taking it. What was that? That's a man selling a loss, that, in my opinion. That is a man who said, listen, boxing's an horrible game. I've been out at game 20 and I'm coming back and I'm going to sell my soul for a loss to you for millions of pounds because I don't care about it, my record and this and that. And that's what's happened. And the commission that sanctioned a man pushing 59-year-old with a professional license, what? And then to pussy out with 14-ounce gloves and 2-minute rounds. Are you lot taking piss at me just because that Jake Paul wanted a win on his record against Mike Tyson? Jake Paul, you're a fraud. You're a fraud, mate. An absolute fraud. It's, you know, that was bad, wasn't it? You see how bad that was? For sport.
It was terrible, mate. It was absolutely shocking. What blows my mind, though, is the amount of people that actually give that credibility. What? It actually...
The actual media guys.
Makes me sick.
The media, listen, all you YouTubers, we access for that, who shited your pants, you should hang your heads in shame.
It's just fake nonsense, absolute bullshit.
Better believe it, mate. Where's my comfort ball? I need you after talking about that.
After a bit of ranting.
It was a load of pony, wasn't it? A load of old pony macaroni.
It was embarrassing, Russ. Embarrassing.
Pony macaroni.
Pony fucking macaroni.
You know what I mean?
It was embarrassing, Russ. Embarrassing. Embarrassing for the sport.
Not as embarrassing as Sam Jones's breath.
That's true.
Imagine kissing him. You know, imagine, can you imagine? Listen, I've heard all sorts of stories, but You know, your Sam Joneses and your Gareth A. Davises and that. They're that thick-skinned. They don't know how to go and get a living anywhere else. Although Gareth's obviously from money in and that, but Sam Jones used to be just about me, didn't you, Sam? Used to be a car salesman, didn't you? Really have your own fucking pitch, though, did you, kid? But when you've got people that talk a good game, and then they get people's heroes, they get people's heroes and they get people's arseholes. They're in their heroes and up their arseholes. He's one of them. Isn't that right, Samuel? Yeah. Yeah. I'll come on Porky's Corner sending me stupid emails. You shited your pants. Shited them. Max, you've got my permission to terrorise him in more direct messages. Max has terrorised him, doesn't he?
Good
Max,
stuff. Go
terrorising
Max.
Sam Jones. Yeah, because Sam won't say it because Max will flag him on the spot. Backhander. You want to go on to part 2, Jezza?
Yep. I'll see you on that, mate.
Yeah. All right, cheers. Right, that was Jerry on part 1. Please join us on part 2, where I'm going to let rip. And no, I'm not Charlie off my box.